Hello, how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good night. Evening actually, it's not night yet. It will be night though in a couple hours. It's gonna be a long day. How's everybody doing? What in the... How have I done this to my controller? How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Man, the sun sucks, doesn't it? Maybe I should get something to try to block the sun. The problem is, I got a window here. Yeah, that's about it. I got a window back here. And they're both really bright. And actually, let me turn on the light. Maybe this will be better. Hey, that's a little bit better. Hopefully, how you guys doing? Only the best lighting at the Sportia stream. I am your caster for this evening, morning. Who's watching in the morning? This afternoon, evening. You know, it'll be a long day. I'm Sportia C. How's everybody going? Hello, Barrett. It's nice to see you. We're going to be seeing you at 8. Also, thank you for being fantastic. It's fantastic. It's the best. I only give the best to you guys, okay? No, but we got a pretty important match here for us. Oh, here comes a message. Hello, favorite caster. Hello, Pori. Hey, not Pori. Welcome, man. Hopefully you're doing well. It's not an IGL match, so it's not too important right now. I'm just having fun here. Someone got the water break. Okay, Caden. I got some water here, man. It's gonna be a long night, so I actually got like a massive water jug. So I'm gonna drink a good amount of this. Stay hydrated, kids. And yeah, let's go to the schedule. Why not? It's chill right now because we're currently doing a show match. We're gonna have 2 show matches tonight, and they're both 1v1s with Lyra, Scarecrow. So everybody say hi to Scarecrow, or not. You don't have to. As we are gonna get a poll going for our first match. Not a one's main versus Radiance, Lyra, Scarecrow. This is a 1v1 show match. There's nothing on the line between any of these two teams. They have played before in the Indie Gaming League. You guys will notice they're part of the same division. So we are just, again, they played each other very early in the season. They were one of the buy matches. In fact, they played about 10 days ago, so relatively good amount of time before. And it ended in a sweep for Radiance Lyra. Now, that was a best of 5. And anything can happen now. But Radiance Lyra Scarecrow is the top team in his division. Not a one's main. He has not been able to compete with them. To be fair, he's done very well for himself. Averaging over 6 goals a game is nothing short of fantastic. But compare that to the 8 goals per game average of Scarecrow, and that's a real tough offense to deal with. And not once, man, he's not even that bad. He's actually the 9th seed in his division. But again, Scarecrow is probably going to end off as either the 1 or the 2 seed. Probably the 2 seed, because there's one more player that has a match to play, and they're probably going to go 100% in the circuit, but it's a pretty big deal. If you wear him down for me. Yeah, we'll have you playing later, Barrett G. At the 8 p.m. best of 5 show match. It actually send info to you guys. Man, I am not ready today. And what's funny is today's a really long day for me because I have 5 whole matches, and this is a best of 7, by the way. This is a best of 7. Haven't had a best of 7 on stream in a while. While it's happening, I'm actually going to currently make the lobby. There you go. Lobby's being created. As we are sending out the info to everyone. And yes, if you guys want me to book your own show matches, which I'm totally fine with, make sure to send me a message on Discord. If you want me to cast your matches. This week is a pretty busy week for me, so you might have to wait until next week actually to get any chances. But make sure you guys book me as early as possible, because some of these weeks I am casting are really busy weeks. Like this week. Ooh, it's a lot. There's a lot of Indie Gaming League. We're gonna have 3 show matches this week so far. We could have more. We've had a lot of Indie Gaming League. We have 11 matches to go. We've already casted. I believe we casted a couple of different matches. Let me see. How many did we cast on Wednesday? We did a lot on Wednesday. Yeah, we have 5 matches today, and they're all pretty close to each other. Yeah, we have 3 on Wednesday, so that makes 14 in the Gaming League. And then 2 more before that, that made 16, I believe. Let's see, this week started on the 15th. We had 1, 2... Yeah, we had 16 IGL matches. We're going to have 3 show matches. It's a long week. Yeah, the big thing for Villager here is they need to cut down on that offense from Scarecrow. Scarecrow, again, averaging 8 goals per game in his circuit. In his division, not in his circuit. And that is really scary because that is one of the strongest offenses there. Maybe even the strongest. I actually haven't checked the validity on that, but you might have the strongest offense in the league in that 1v1 circuit. That is a lot of goals to score. Again, this is a best of 7, so we'll take a little longer. But we do have both players saying that they're joining, so we're going to start a little bit early here, I think. Because it is a show match after all. You guys should put down your votes. Who do you think will win? Actually got a couple predictions going through. Wow, a lot of you favoring actually the upset here of Not a One's main. Villager is what he's going to be known as in game. As we're going to start on Manfield Knight in this series. Again, nothing on the line here. It is just a show match, but these guys really, really, really want to win. And who can blame them? But it's going to be a long night. We got matches at 8, 9, 10, 10:30. It's going to be a long night. It's not even considering what we have to after, and we've been streaming every single day straight for over a week so far. We've maybe 10 days by now. A long time. Yeah, we're gonna get ourselves going in this 1v1. We're just gonna kind of relax and chill. I'm gonna be focusing on chatting with you guys because ultimately there's nothing on the line here. Both people just trying to see what they bring, and maybe Villager can get an upset comeback here. Maybe a comeback. Maybe he can get some revenge, but Scarecrow is going to start off with an early lead after that demo in the midfield. Unfortunate for the Villager. Scarecrow saw him, picked him out, and demoed him. It looked like Villager was also looking for the demo, but Scarecrow got him first. As we go into our second kickoff, so far Villager's had that's a good kickoff for Villager, actually. Upper hand. He does miss the boost. And he doesn't decide to go for it as well. Instead, rather, giving the space up to Scarecrow, but he does put in a really aggressive challenge. Since these players are tier 5 level in ones. Diamond 1, Diamond 2. And Scarecrow trying to find one there. Trying to find a bit of a cheeky shot there. As he does go behind Villager. Scarecrow already off on the aggression, trying to demo out his opponent, but Villager does outplay him after Scarecrow gives him way too much space. Scarecrow took that mid boost, and what he should have done is he should have turned around, played some shadow defense instead. He went to his own corner, and that gave Villager a lot of room to use. And Villager will not miss a shot when he's given that space. Scarecrow, a very delayed kickoff. Back. The net, oh, it was open for him, but he drives around the ball. He continues to do this. I don't know what's happening for him, but he's trying to find chance, trying to bump out Villager again. A lot of his offensive plays come from this aggression, come from these bumps. He averages 8 goals a game, so you have to cut him down early. Villager averages 6 goals on the other side, and now with his second. After, again, a delay kickoff here. The Lyra's Villager, he prefaced that by going for a very aggressive challenge in the corner last time they were here, but this time it changes it up, goes for the mix-up, goes for the delay, and catches Scarecrow diving in for it. As another kickoff win for Villager, Scarecrow might want to learn a double flip kickoff. That is going to be what he needs to beat him, but instead, giving this up a shot for Villager here. Villager is not going to miss Scarecrow. Now the question is, did he warm up? I'm really hoping that he says no, because this is looking pretty weak for the current top player in their division. Very slow starts from Scarecrow. Scarecrow going right through that challenge. Off the corner. Chance to just shoot this. He probably should take the shot when he does. And he does. Villager. That was a lot easier than it looked from him. Instead of sitting in his net, instead he pushes really high out and then he tries to jump up the post. Had he gone inside his own net, even though it wouldn't have been his best position, would have been a better position than what he ended up in. He ended up sticking out in that 16-yard box, giving less than trying to cut off that angle instead. This makes it tougher for himself to make the save. Scarecrow had all the cards, had all the shots in front of him, and as Villager, you have to put yourself in the best position. Scarecrow, shot on target. Villager with a save. And a great defensive stop here. Villager averaging over two saves a game. But he's going to need more to get rid of Scarecrow. And we really need to inflate those save stats because, again, Scarecrow, not one to just stop shooting. He always shoots on net. He is not a defensive player in the slightest. If he can put on aggression, he will. And Scarecrow, another shot. This one off the post. Trying to backflip shot. It's Villager to clear it away. Half flipping his way to a dribble, and Scarecrow's giving him free range. Scarecrow, nowhere to be seen, and Villager's gonna take a 2-goal lead once again. And Scarecrow, he went for boost over ball there. Definitely didn't expect the Villager comeback, but whenever you overcommit like that, you have to play the net first. I caught you live. Yay, Chelona, how you doing? Yeah, man, we got a really busy night. We got this best of 7. It's a show match between two teams who have actually played each other in the 1v1 circuit. They're both tier 5. So, probably better than Chelona. No. But these guys have played before. And, well, that's happening. Scarecrow is going to get a really nice dribble flick over the defending Villager. But as I was saying, this is a really busy day. We got 5 matches scheduled today. 2 of them are Scarecrow scrimmages. This is a best of 7. I'm out for Chelona. Yeah, we got some blood. No, I'm joking. By the way, you haven't told me about the matches on Sunday. Or was that Avcro who told me about it? Actually, you know what? That was Avcro who told me about that. Anyways. Just let me know. Oh. Well, I guess Villager will take those. Avcro, okay, cool. Well, anyways, I'm still waiting for Avcro's response. We only have, like, 2 days left. It's Friday. I have to also do some recording with, clip casting. I'm casting. Some people told me to cast their Gift Your Game clips, so I'm doing that. We have one tonight. Ah, okay, cool. Well, I won't. Unless it's at 11, or more likely 11:30, I'm not gonna be able to cast it. I've been scheduled for 8, 9, 10, and 10:30, and realistically, it's actually 8, 9, 10. Actually, it's more like 8, 9, 9:45, 10:30. So unless you have like a match at like 11, then I can't really cast you guys tonight. Because I have 5 matches scheduled for tonight. Like today's been this is one of the busiest days. Before today, I only had one other day that was a 5-day cast, and we've never had 5 North American broadcasts, 5 North American games broadcasted in the same day. On the other 5-day cast, it was a 4 U.S. broadcasts and a European broadcast. And Scarecrow, he overaggressed for that demo play, starting to become a bit one-dimensional here on offense. Cleared away by Villager. Open net in front of him. Doesn't hit the target. And Scarecrow can use this one. He is down in this game. He needs to get goals back. That shot off target, and he doesn't get his wave dash. Villager will drive that into the net. Now doubling the goals that Scarecrow's gotten. Gonna go AFK for a second. Of course, Chelona. But yeah, there you go. You saw it from Scarecrow. He got very nervous. Tried to go all in for that shot, and when he put it off target, Villager just took it in. Even though he didn't have a lot of boost, the boost pads were in front of him. Scarecrow, a slow start in this series. It is a best of 7, so every game means a little less than what a best of 5 would be. This is not a great start for the man that had swept Villager the last time these two faced in the Indie Gaming League. And this one cleared away by Scarecrow. It's going slowly towards Villager's net. It will go in. Probably the slowest goal you'll see maybe this series. It's a 27km/h shot. As Scarecrow was going backwards, even so, he does get the touch over Villager. And even though it was light, it does enough, and it goes into the back of the net. Still though, about a little less than a minute remaining, and he needs to get goals as Villager does it again. We saw him get a goal through the exact same means. He delays the 50-50 instead of going all in. Delays it. Lets Scarecrow hit it into his challenge. And Villager, once again catching Scarecrow, trying to play faster. Scarecrow does average 8 goals per game in his Indie Gaming League division. This game, he's only got 4. He's got half of that amount. Well, this is not an Indie Gaming League match. It is worrying for the rematch, but what a dribble and what a save from Villager. Scarecrow again going for these bump plays. I'm not very excited with those bump plays in the corner because you're not going to get a lot out of it in the first place. And realistically, upping up Villager isn't going to do much. You already used up all your boost. As Scarecrow trying to get a flick here, bumps out Villager. Still time remaining, but he has to use every single second to the best of his abilities. The Scarecrow a little bit fortunate here with the turbo flick. But he'll take it. It's a great bump play. It's the most Scarecrow goal we've seen. Apart from maybe that first goal, he had a massive demo to get that. But yeah, now a good kickoff for Scarecrow, and net's in front of him. He does score. 10 seconds left. He's only 1 goal behind, and ones can flip on a dime like this. The kickoffs. Scarecrow has been very poor at the kickoffs, but for once, it does go his way. And it's at the point when he needs it to. In the final seconds. Scarecrow, he went for the delayed kickoff. You saw him go for it. Doesn't work. Instead, he's going to take this boost and try to save this shot from Villager. He does do so. But Villager, I'm sure he's going to let this one drop. He does. Scarecrow, so close to coming back in game 1. But Villager is able to hold out with a really strong shot. These players, if this is how every single game's gonna go, we have a very tight series. As Hey Cool's joining in. How you doing, Cool? We got a 1v1 show match on stream for you. Hopefully you're having a good day, Cool. It's between Villager and Lyra Scarecrow. Give me my points. I don't give you points until the whole series is over, my friend. You get the points once somebody wins 4 games. Villager's now 1-1. 1-1-1-1. As Scarecrow always changed to a Fennec this time. They didn't like the Octane, he's now changed to a Fennec and the Ghost decal. Big respect, I love that Ghost decal. A classic. Yeah, what was his downfall in that game was his over-aggression. He started to become one-dimensional at the end of that series. At the end of that game, he went for too many demo plays in the corner, and he needs to be a little more careful at when he uses those demos, because when you use them incorrectly, they're just as much of an overcommit as a flick would be. Scarecrow. Oh, Villager, he's going to let Villager have the shot. Villager is not even close to the target. When you don't force your defender to jump, that might be a bit of a problem for your shooting. As Scarecrow evades Villager's demo and does get a goal. Accepted the uni! Yeah, let's go, Cool! Let's go, Cool. So happy of you, man. Big ups. Everybody congratulate Cool. You deserve it, man. You're such a smart guy. All your meaningful quotes. Oh, as Villager misses the open net. Hey, Chalona is back. Let's go, Chalona. Hello, how you doing? We're still in game 2. Scarecrow almost came back in game 1, but now he's starting to run away with it here. He's had a lot of control, and even though it's only 2 goals, he's been controlling a lot of this as a little shot, just enough to get through. As Villager went all in for that challenge. I was hoping that his early challenge could cut it off, and this is a common issue I'm seeing in Tier 5, is a lot of these extremely aggressive noticeable challenges. Not as much focus on the shadow defending side of the gameplay. As here comes Scarecrow, trying to get through Villager. Villager collects himself, recovers, shot. It is long, and it is in. Villager's going to score it. And Scarecrow, he went for a bit of a flashy play there. He was up by 2. Knows that even if Villager scores this one, he's still in the lead. The air dribble, though, needed a few more touches on it to be able to fool Villager. Villager was able to defend it. Scarecrow, delayed. He has a much more delayed kickoff here. And Villager is almost always winning it because Scarecrow's kickoff just isn't nearly as fast. He's also going for a lot of these intentionally delayed kickoffs, but he hasn't really been able to mix up the kickoffs anymore. As he goes for another solo play on Villager. Villager, this time he just has to wait. As he's going to take this boost from Scarecrow. Scarecrow now left with very little in his own offensive corner. Needs to go back for a boost. Has to give Villager a little bit of space, and he misses his challenge. A little too much space given by Scarecrow. And what really concerns me here is this early challenge here. He's turning immediately into Villager. He has time. He knows Villager doesn't have that dribble. Should be going for a 50-50 in that situation. Instead of that early win. And he misses as well and only compounds that already disastrous blunder. Villager hits it up the wall, but that's only towards Scarecrow, who is continuing to go for these air dribble plays. He hasn't been able to connect a single one. Now clear to his back corner. He should be able to catch this. He will. Take the boost while you're at it. And he does bait out Villager. What a play from Scarecrow. Catches Villager. Trying to take a bite out of him here. Villager saw Scarecrow rolling up the wall and he thought, this is my chance to take it. But Scarecrow, it was all part of the plan. It was a complete ruse. And he catches Villager. Whiffing. But again, another 50-50 win here from Villager. Villager trying to shoot over Scarecrow, does do so. Cannot put the next shot. There he goes, though, up for a solo play. None of them have worked so far for Scarecrow, but Villager, he could do it! That was the best air dribble we've seen so far. And yet still, it's defended. Solo plays may not be the best option for these guys immediately on offense. You're better to do it whenever you are forcing your defender on low boost. These Villagers trying to get another strong shot here. That one over the net. This flick, not really a flick. Scarecrow saves it, and he has boost to spare. He should try to go grounded, though, and he doesn't. Villager gets it past Scarecrow, and it's going to bounce out favorably for him. Villager with a fortuitous bounce. Can tie up this game again as Scarecrow, with what I can best describe as a pogo without the ball, is completely caught out in the midfield. And so far, with the 4 solo plays that we've seen Scarecrow go for, 2 of them have immediately been scored against him. The problem with his solo plays is, while he can do them, Villager has boost. He has no problem making saves on these solo plays. And for Scarecrow, he needs to play a little more simplistic here. Simple dribble and shoot will work against Villager. As that one, as I said, a simple dribble and shoot. And sometimes just throwing the ball in front of the net is all you need to do. He gets a great bounce for himself and gives himself a good angle as well. To shoot that one, it was a slight bit off target, but Villager has to make that touch. He doesn't. And Scarecrow, once again, retakes the lead. And so far in the last 2 games, we've only seen 1 kickoff immediately turn out to be a goal for Scarecrow. And Scarecrow tries to make the jump there, and the post, his worst enemy at that moment, he trips right over it. You can see he goes a little bit too far back and flies off the post. Instead of that, he wanted to jump up for it, but instead he is forced to have to contend with using an awkward situation, try to make that save. Almost makes it as well, but he does end up giving away that lead. Every single game really close between these two so far. It is only game 2. Villager in front of the net. Scarecrow clears it away, and I should say, I forgot to set this map to Aquadome. But Scarecrow's shot saved away by Villager. Villager up for it. He looked like he was trying to go for a double tap. Quite a mechanical play at this level. I have never seen a tier 5 player in ones go for a double tap like that, especially going that confidently and that quickly. And Scarecrow again going for these demos. He's using a lot of boost to do them, and Villager's been able to avoid most of them. The reason he's been going for less of them in this game is Scarecrow going to clear it long. This one off the back while Villager, a slight pinch, and Scarecrow takes advantage. There you go. I had to fix up my game a little bit. Scarecrow up for it, getting the pass, but he doesn't get it from Villager. It was very fortunate of him to get bounced into that, because had that not happened, it would have been a goal against him. Villager now with 20 seconds remaining and only 1 goal difference. There he goes, just trying to waste his time here. Villager, though, he doesn't have any boost. It's not like he's gonna get any either. He's chasing after Scarecrow. And Scarecrow just using it to waste Villager's time. Villager, last seconds, but Scarecrow will put one in. And with 2 seconds remaining, there's no way Villager's gonna get back. Scarecrow takes this game. As I'll be sticking with Manful Knight for every single game, just to make it easier on these guys. Because I don't feel like changing the maps here. I'm too lazy. We have IGL matches coming up later anyway, so we could do the map on those as this game ends. Scarecrow leading up by 2. He's going to win by 2 as well. Every single game has been incredibly close until the last seconds. These players have to play perfect Rocket League to get their wins. As we are ready to go to Game 3. This is a best of 7 1v1 show match between Villager on the Not a One's main team and Scarecrow on the Radiance Lyra Scarecrow team. Scarecrow, as you guys know, is in the orange and Villager's on the blue, and so far taking 1 game apiece. We know both these players can take it from each other. Scarecrow now moving back to his Octane. He has never stuck with the same car 2 games in a row so far in this series. Villager, though, still on that Fennec. He's confident with his card choice, and it looks like he might just continue to use it for the entirety of this series. Scarecrow almost he got an air dribble downfield, but Villager is just going to use it against him. Scarecrow, that's the 3rd time that a solo play's been used against him, and it's not working for him. He has to. He always does. He doesn't score from these solo plays. He has to start playing a little more simplistically here, because it's just not working. He's doing these air dribbles too early on offense, to the point where Villager has easily enough boost to make the save. He has to be a little more safe about it, as Villager's boost is enough to make any sort of save against any sort of air dribble Scarecrow tries to throw at him. Not to say that Villager hasn't had the same issue. Last game he had an air dribble that he went for a bit of a cheeky play, went for an air dribble himself when Scarecrow's at full boost. Now Scarecrow doesn't go for the solo play, he's instead gonna go for the solo play on the left side wall. He feels a little more confident on this side. And here comes Villager, going for the immediate challenge. Again, a bit of a mix-up. Villager's been a lot better at doing that. But he also just threw the ball in front of his own net. Scarecrow gifted his first goal of the game from Villager, going for who knows what off that back wall. Looked like he might have wanted to try to go for like a psycho. I have absolutely no clue what happened there. Villager had a lot more time than he thought he did. Here comes Scarecrow, another delayed kickoff from him. It's a rarity when these work, but when they do, he gets a lot of power from that. My goodness, he had no boost on that shot, and he got that much power. That's when you hit the ball at the perfect time. Here comes Villager. Almost 50-50 to Scarecrow, but Scarecrow now going to take his boost. Force Villager back to the midfield. Oh, that's a very strong first touch. Shot on target. It's going to be saved away by Villager. It was a low shot, and Villager trying to get the immediate challenge on Scarecrow. Demos him, which will favor the defense. And in this case, it's the blue team who just throw the ball away. They had a chance. Villager tried to catch Scarecrow on an early shot. Doesn't work, but still with offense on the drive around Scarecrow. Scarecrow using all his boots to get that shot. And Villager just wipes it away. Oh, and Scarecrow, not a great 50-50. Villager's going to score. And Villager, if he continues how he's playing, we might see him pull the upset through, as Scarecrow there, 50-50s from his own corner. Should be goal side if he wants to win those, and not the right place to do it. Villager wins as well. It's only made worse with Villager flipping the correct direction as well, getting the right direction on the 50-50, and now Villager's starting to play with speed and confidence. He could get a third here, and he does! Off of that connection between the back wall and the ceiling, it bounces straight down for the waiting arms of Villager. And he has so much confidence now. He is not missing any shot that's given to him. Again, Scarecrow starting to play his kickoffs more and more in this series. He hasn't been able to score from it. Villager, with time, boost, space, everything a player could ask for. Scarecrow can't make a challenge on him. Villager, though, he bumps Scarecrow away. Scarecrow actually jumps over the mid boost, but he evades Villager for a little bit. Oh, saved off the boost from Villager. And he gets back in time. Now forcing Scarecrow back. Villager, solo play. Scarecrow jumping to meet him at it. And now Scarecrow with another chance on offense, but again, no boost for the Radiance representative. But he doesn't need it, as he breaks the ankles of Villager. Look at this. He fakes the flick, forces Villager to jump over his shot. The most stylish goal we've seen from Scarecrow. Sometimes you just have to do nothing to get your goals. And Scarecrow scoring with style. Still down in this game. This has been the most... this has been the least scoring game so far in this series. As we head into the 2 minutes remaining point of this match. Scarecrow, a bit risky there to go for that demo play, and now he's caught with no boost on defense. Villager knows this. He's going to keep putting shots on Scarecrow, forcing him to make any save possible. And Scarecrow just has to wait and see what happens. Has to always play the ball here as well on defense. He cannot play the boost because as soon as he does that, Villager, he'll pounce on it. Villager, another missed shot from him on offense. He's getting chances. He needs to start making use of them. There you go. He does get the boost in time and clears this one away. And Villager with the mistake does get back to save it on the goal line. Still there. Villager! He does it on the goal line. And he gets back to it. Now he's running with low boost, but he gets the ball into the orange half, and while he does give Scarecrow some time, Villager keeps his lead, but not for long. Scarecrow does another fake. And he ties this game up. Slowly but surely, Scarecrow's getting it and fakes the cut. Catches Villager again. Sometimes it's just nothing that fools your opponents. The Villager, he's holding on for dear life in defense. Saving it on the goal line. Just needs that offense to pair up with it right now. Scarecrow has had more firepower at the ends of these games, so we need to see a Villager that we haven't seen so far this series. Need to see one that is able to put up the shooting that Scarecrow has when the final seconds tick down. Scarecrow instead Villager is going to give the ball away to Scarecrow, and Scarecrow, thank you very much. I'll take the lead now. And that's 3 goals unanswered. Villager, he's trying to just hit the ball as fast as possible, but he needs to keep control against Scarecrow. Scarecrow just letting Villager hit it around, letting him play a game of ping pong, and once Villager overcommits, that's Scarecrow's time to take the open net. Villager, though, he does win this challenge cleanly. And that's because Scarecrow doesn't even go for it. In front of the net, Villager does miss. And now here comes Scarecrow. He should be able to get this clear. Doesn't have a lot of boost on it. Villager over the waiting challenge of Scarecrow, and in front of the net, he takes too much time. Scarecrow has the ball and gonna go for a solo play. This time it's not the score, it's just waste time. And take the boost. Villager stuck in a very similar situation in last second, and again, Scarecrow wins this game by a single goal. He had to score 3 goals in a row. And he makes up with it with strong defense to boot. Scarecrow, Game 3 winner. As I do notice I've actually said this wrong. Let me, 1 second. There you go. It's a best of 7, by the way, guys. My bad. Sincerely apologize for that. We got a game. Let's go game 4 here. And Scarecrow's continuing to mount pressure. And if this is how the series went, it must be really infuriating for Villager, because he's always only a single goal, a single play behind Scarecrow. Scarecrow just barely edges him out here. And that's how close this division is. Villager is ranked as the 9th seed. Scarecrow as the current 1st. There's 7 teams in between them. And this is how close these games are. Scarecrow is just edging out Villager. But I will say, Scarecrow is also using a lot of boost. Villager is doing a lot better at conserving this boost when he has to. Scarecrow is able to be more patient than Villager. And that patience is a virtue, but now that patience also leads to an early shot. Doesn't work with him. Villager, early challenge, is going to force Scarecrow into an awkward position. And he went all in on that wall challenge. He has to get back quickly. And hold it in his own corner, I think. He has to give Villager some space. He has to respect that he can challenge at will. And Scarecrow doesn't get the touch on the ball. Neither does Villager, really, with that shot. And shoots it laterally. Scarecrow, just again, trying to force Villager to make mistakes here. But that shot just barely off target. Villager now running with no boost. Needs to get some boost pads. Maybe even a big boost. He does. As Scarecrow booms it away towards him. Scarecrow. Oh, and Villager with the whiff from the midfield. Scarecrow's going to wave dash his way to an open net. As I was going to criticize Scarecrow there for just throwing the ball away, but Villager with a massive whiff, giving Scarecrow a lead after a minute and 10 seconds of no scoring. It's a very long time in ones to not get a goal for either team. Scarecrow continuing to take advantage as Villager now on offense misses his shot. Another whiff will lead to another Scarecrow conversion. Becoming a bit of an issue here for Villager. That's two whiffs that have been given straight away to Scarecrow, and Scarecrow will not miss when an open net is in front of him. Villager can't allow Scarecrow to get on the match point this early, because Scarecrow has been able to real sweep the last time that these two met. It would be disastrous for Villager if Scarecrow is able to get 3 games in a row again. As another whiff from Villager almost gave Scarecrow a chance on offense, but Scarecrow doesn't get a connection on that shot, to the fortune of Villager. And now Scarecrow, without much boost, trying to waste out time here, using the wall to his advantage. Villager is there to save it. And Scarecrow now, well, he's the one with low boost, having to get back to defense. Villager, that bounce isn't favorable. Keep it close. Tries to get past Scarecrow again. The one thing that Villager, he's trying to play patient here against Scarecrow, but Scarecrow always finding an outplay, always finding a way to get a nets unguarded, as he now gets a bump play that works in his favor. He gets rid of Villager, and he gives himself another goal. Unlike every single game we've seen so far, this game is completely in control of Scarecrow. And Villager is having a terrible time on the field. Great bounce for a Villager actually there as well. But a very hard hit, and he's going to give it away to Scarecrow. Scarecrow forcing Villager to make the touch, and Villager obliges, but not a very good first touch. Gets a very nice second touch as well, a very light one. Now with a shot, but it's weak. Gonna keep pushing on Scarecrow, but Scarecrow is completely fine with that. He doesn't mind Villager trying to come up and take a shot. But he'd rather wait to see what Villager does on offense. Wait to see if Villager overcommit. Wait to see if Villager will make that mistake. There has been those minute details from Villager that have edged out Scarecrow, but this game, it's been a lot more obvious, a lot more blunt with what's happened here, but, well, that's just a great goal from Scarecrow. He's gone for a couple solo plays. They've all been air dribbles. This time, instead of going up, he goes down straight to the ground pinch. And he doesn't have a lot of power, but Villager was expecting an air dribble there. That's why he went to the back wall. He was going to guard that air dribble, or even a double tap if Scarecrow felt lucky enough to go for that. Instead, Scarecrow goes for the pinch play to go under Villager. And Villager, it's a very tough challenge to make. A great awareness from Scarecrow to know what Villager's up to. But a misplay from Scarecrow might be able to give Villager his first goal of the game. And he does. It's one of the most awkward goals I've seen in ones, but man, Villager, he's had a drought of over 4 minutes. He's had an over 4-minute drought since the last time he scored, which was last game. It's been a while since he's been able to get one on the board, and now he needs to get 5 goals, and he's already started off with 1. He needs to get 4 in this last 90 seconds to to prevent Scarecrow from taking an early match point. Scarecrow coming more and more into his element. The flick as well. He's playing better and better every single game. And has now been a goal back. Scarecrow absolutely loving it out here in game 4. And by the way, guys, with a win here, Scarecrow will not win the series. He has to win 4 games. It's a best of 7. Villager, he should be able to score this one. Kickoff goal for Villager. A little bit of dispute in a game that has been nothing but unfair to him. At least that's what he'll be saying. Maybe he'll be saying it's unlucky as well. Scarecrow dominating this game. It's fun to have these rematches on stream. By the way, it won't be the only rematch tonight. Scarecrow will be facing Jay Barrett, later on today in another Tier 5 1v1 rematch. At 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Western. Well, if you guys are using those times, I don't really ever say Mountain Time because I don't actually know a lot of people that live in Mountain. I know most of you guys are probably Eastern or Central. There's that, but again, at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is in 2 hours from now, so we will be seeing a rematch. Scarecrow clears it. Trying to get past Villager. Shot. Saved away by Villager as well. Now Villager having space. And he's stammered away by Scarecrow. Scarecrow, an open net in front of him. He will not miss these. It does take him a while and a lot of boost to get it, but that only just takes more time off that clock. He's putting his opponents into a death grip. And I think what's interesting about the series is Scarecrow, yeah, it doesn't seem like he's really changed all too much, but there's definitely been playstyle differences as Villager does get his second kickoff goal this game. Again, that's the one thing that Villager's been able to dominate, and it is the kickoffs. He's never been able to dominate any series. It's always been close for him whenever he wins. This is the first game that I think it's been very clearly one-sided in this series. What I think is interesting here is it's hard to notice changes in ones, but Scarecrow is playing a lot better on defense. His problem was that he was kind of slow on offense, but now he's kind of taking his time. He's playing smart. He's not letting Villager get any offense for free. He's instead forcing Villager to put shots on net, and once Villager overcommits for some of his shots, Scarecrow takes advantage. A couple of those goals were just straight overcommits from Villager that were given away to Scarecrow. And now Scarecrow hanging on to match point. Not a one's main took game 1, but ever since then, Scarecrow has edged him out. I believe Villager's been taken. Yeah, Villager has taken game 1 because I remember Scarecrow winning games 2, 3, and 4. Now into game 5. All of you who did vote for Villager, you're gonna need to see him perform here as he now needs to win 3 games in a row against a hot Scarecrow. And hot, as I mean hot, I mean like he's playing very well. Scarecrow, long play. He gets an early goal off the kickoff. 4 seconds in, and Scarecrow already on top. As for once, he doesn't go for it at the late kickoff. He just goes for it, and it does favor him here. He has a little bit of a better position on that kickoff. He's a little more central, a little higher up on the ball. And he bulldozes his way through Villager. Now going for the late kickoff, and it doesn't work for him. Villager bumps out Scarecrow. Scarecrow though has boost. And uses his wave dash, but that's not a very good clear. Villager can use this, but he's not there in time. Scarecrow notices it, he calls his bluff. And he misses the open net on the way back, but he gets the demo. Villager with a wide open net in front of him, but as Scarecrow close behind. Thought that would have been the goal to tie this game up. But instead, it's just another way for Scarecrow to use those demos. Villager in front of the net. Puts it in! Off the post as well. Didn't look pretty, but he'll take it. Just 1 second, I'm gonna check my graphics. They're good, they're good. They good. Scarecrow getting resistance early against Villager. Didn't have that last game. A good clear downfield, forcing Villager to have to play, and Villager doesn't read the bounce correctly. Instead of bouncing out, or up as he expected, actually. Instead it bounces straight towards his net, right into the waiting bumper of Scarecrow. Scarecrow loves those open nets. He's going to take every single one he gets. Well, almost. He did miss one earlier this game. And for Scarecrow, I mean, again, he's just playing better. He's playing more and more solid. He's making less and less mistakes. And he's continually outplaying an opponent of Villager who isn't even playing too terribly by himself. Villager did make a lot of mistakes in that last game, but so far he's been playing really solid. Scarecrow, though, has been playing a little bit better in these games. But Scarecrow, it looks like he's trying to run away with this one. 2 goals up. Villager might want to take a solo play here, but not a very good liftoff for him. Pretty terrible setup. The ball didn't move up as he wanted to, and his shot will go nowhere as well. Scarecrow, for once, does miss another open net here. That's the second open net he's missed this game. And Villager will go up onto offense, but the pop in, and that play just works in Tier 5. Against these players, defense is tough, especially when you're stuck in your own goal line. A little chip like that makes it really difficult to read, because if they could also go for a flick, they could go for an air dribble bump. But sometimes, in this rank, it's just a little chip. And those little chips are tough to read. Again, especially when you're at Scarecrow, you have low boost, you're stuck on your own goal line, and there's nothing you can really do about it. As Scarecrow puts a shot on target, Villager makes the save. Villager he's going to try to make a rally here. Get a couple goals in favor of himself. He's trying to get through Scarecrow, but he flips in towards the net. No overcommit, he needs to recover. Does use so, and great use of that wave dash off the ceiling of the net. The in and out recovery to get back on defense as quickly as possible, but it doesn't matter when Scarecrow continually harasses you in your own end. Scarecrow, demo happy, and he keeps going for these plays on offense, but Villager, unlike the previous games, finding it tougher to avoid him. Villager needs to avoid Scarecrow at all costs. Scarecrow is extremely demo happy, and once Villager can start to do that, we know that Scarecrow does get a bit mad sometimes whenever he can't get those demos connected. Gets a bit frustrated. He starts to go in a little bit more into those demos. You see him trying to go for those demos in the corner. And whenever he's confident like this, he doesn't take as many risks. He doesn't need to take as many unnecessary risks. Just plays his game smart. Lets Villager do the work himself. And if Scarecrow, if his demos start to be avoided by Villager, he might start going into the corner a little more often. So far, he hasn't had a need to do that. And Villager with no boost, he has to be super cautious of Scarecrow. Scarecrow is taking all the resources. Villager has to utilize those boost pads to get anything, but he comes up empty. Scarecrow, another goal to add to the tally. This Villager is with no boost, didn't pick up a single boost pad going back, and he is left flat-footed in his own net. A fake kickoff from Villager does work as well. There's some early possession from Villager. Trying to get an early touch past Scarecrow, but Scarecrow, a great avoid there. Instead of going for that early challenge like a lot of players do, instead delays it. And a little bit of a nice ground pinch to get him to that goal. Just displaying a little bit of mechanics. Even though there was no one in net, he had all the time in the world he needed. And here we go, another fake kickoff. This time, Scarecrow's not fooled. He gets one on Villager, and Villager, fake kickoffs aren't useful at this rank. It's really difficult to go for one. And Scarecrow can see Villager behind that ball. He can see Villager is not moving. He can see that Villager's once again going for the fake kickoff. Villager, that changed our plan. Doing 2 fake kickoffs in a row at this rank is not very useful. It's very tough to use fake kickoffs, especially multiple times in a row, but doing a normal kickoff has worked for Villager so far this series. He's gotten a couple kickoff goals as he's been able to just go straight into the ball, get a little more power on it. Scarecrow, all he had to do was backflip to save that. Instead, he flipped the wrong direction. Still with the 4-goal lead, though. He just needs to hold out in these last 2 minutes. 4 goals can evaporate very quickly. For Scarecrow. And not play relaxed. Still needs to play his best against Villager if he wants to secure a win. And for Villager, it's all about survival here. He needs to get these goals. He's down on his last hope. His last game, even. How long can he keep this run going? He needs to get a couple goals because what Scarecrow's doing is he's just playing around him. He's playing fast. He's playing aggressive. And he's loving it here. He's just continually hitting the ball as hard as possible. And he's forcing Villager to have to use so much boost to get it. And Scarecrow almost gets a goal for his efforts as well. Must be a bit demoralizing for a Villager to know that he's running on no boost and Scarecrow is speeding all around him. Scarecrow uses that boost to his advantage. And you can see that recovery just a lot faster than Villager. Villager, he doesn't have anything in that tank. And as long as Scarecrow continues doing what he's doing, he will secure the series in another one-sided game. I've said it, Scarecrow, he's been warming up this series. He's been getting better and better. Villager, while he's been really good at being consistent, Scarecrow is playing the pop-off here. He's just playing better. It's tough to say, really, in a 1v1 match. What went wrong because Villager, he hasn't made too many mistakes. Sure, he's had a couple whiffs here, and that game, and he's had a game where he whiffed 3 goals in a row, but it's not like he's playing horribly either. He's been playing really close to Scarecrow in all of these games. He even took a game off of him. Something that he was unable to do in that best of 5 that they played in the Indie Gaming League. Scarecrow, though, was playing better. And again, it's a hard pill to swallow for any 1v1 player. And you know you play a better person, because you don't really know what to do about it. Scarecrow, double-digit goals here. And in the last 24 seconds, he's going to be taking a couple victory laps around the field. This will be a win for Scarecrow in the end. I can hardly see Villager getting 7 goals in 24 seconds. He'd have to score 1 about every 3 seconds. And Villager, he is completely given up. He's going to give Scarecrow a free goal off the kickoff. No, Scarecrow doesn't want it. He doesn't want those pity goals. Instead, allowing Villager to get back. And he's not going to score. He's ending the series. And Villager wants to kick. Villager's going to put it in his own net, though. And Scarecrow. Nice. Scarecrow will win it out. Villager has given up on the series. We'll end up with Scarecrow winning 4 games to 1. He's took 4 games straight on Villager. And every single game has gotten progressively worse for Villager. As the final 10 seconds tick down, Scarecrow is going to be your victor. A great win for him. We will see him again at 8 p.m. to play against Barrett, which will be a much tougher opponent for him if the Gaming League says anything, because when he played it, because Barrett is actually higher ranked in the leaderboard than Villager. But if this is how well Villager's playing against Scarecrow, Barrett is going to take it to him. Gonna be a rematch with the best of 5. Gonna love to see it. Scarecrow wins 4 games to 1 against Villager. 12-3 in this last game. He ran away with this series in games 4 and 5. We'll be going to our we'll be going back to our talking with chat. How's everybody going? I know you haven't seen me in a while. It's been a great win for one, though. It's been a 46-minute match. Actually pretty good on time. As Scarecrow does in fact win it. Congratulations to Scarecrow for winning the show match. Still has 1 more later tonight. I do say we could see Barrett take one on Scarecrow here. Last time they played, it was a 3-1 win for Scarecrow. But Barrett has a couple tricks up his sleeve that he can use against Scarecrow. Sure, he's going to be pulling out all stops against him. By the way, everybody, Not a one's main is currently 9th in the division. Barrett is 6th. So this is gonna be a tougher match for Scarecrow. Scarecrow has only lost 2 games this whole season. One of them was to Barrett. We know Barrett can attack him and take games. Now can he take the series? That'll end for this short stream. We will be back at 7:45 for the pre-show. As we're going to give a raid to Brambo, as he's currently doing like the Gaming League action. So let's go give Brambo some support. Again, we'll see you guys at 7:45. Pay attention to the Twitter, SportyFCRL, to get notifications. We'll see you guys for a long evening.